All right, guys, welcome to the group call for Sunday evening, the 25th of February. Hope you guys are all doing very well. Had a good weekend, and I hope the camera caught my good side. Wow, okay, so what an eventful week. We had a good week. I've had some really important updates being made to the tool. So again, this last week, I really focused on doing some of the planned upgrades or updates that I constantly have on the go on the back end. So I'm trying to reduce my list down to keep it under 1,000. So I'm doing well at that. But yeah, we really progressed this week. Lovely. So let's have a look at the charts first. So let me just deactivate this camera. Right. And put the music off. There we go. I don't know. I found this music. I don't know. It's just back end music. We'll just let it go. All right, guys, let's have a look. All right, so let me start off first on the comp set. Okay, so as you guys know, I've got a complimentary group of tools. So now you full-time members will know that these two tools that I'm giving away complimentary is like an incredible opportunity for anybody who's not using the complete DTB system to actually get results and get results very fast. Using the shadow trading indicator and using the breakout volume, these tools are absolutely incredibly powerful at determining, what price is likely to do, where the signals are. So if anybody is using these free tools, and some of you guys are watching these calls, which is really good, if you load up a chart like we have, and like I've explained in all the documentation for these tools, and you've actually loaded up the chart template, like the chart templates that I've provided, according to, your exact setup, this is what you're going to be looking at right now if you've got the NQ chart loaded. Now, if you're not seeing this exact same information, just make sure you're on a range chart, 10 or 20, whatever you had, and you've got 2 or 3 days loaded with breakout end of day on. That's all you need for this chart. And what this does is it's going to leave these breakout markers left behind, and they are going to be points of where you can enter the market. So immediately from the start of the day, you had this breakout marker left behind just after 6 and opportunity to go long. And you had 20, 40, you had 100 ticks, like almost right off the bat. And then again, when the price came back and retested it, you could have done some scalping upwards, but when it broke through, there's scalping down, and now we've got more breakout markers left behind. So incredibly powerful tools, and anybody who's not using these free tools, I don't know what the hell is wrong with you. That's all I can say. Okay, so, and then for the full DTB members, we've got a lot more information. So one of the most important indicators that I think that exist in the entire world of trading are Fibonacci levels. Now, there are some NPCs out there who don't really understand how they work, why they work, and their correlation with other instruments. But I think I gave a very detailed explanation of these a couple of weeks ago on one of the calls. And it's good to compare different correlated charts to see where their Fibonacci levels are and compare them to the chart that you're trading to make sure that there are no strong key Fibonacci levels on other instruments that could actually hinder price on the instrument that you're trading. So there's a lot involved in that, but it's very awesome to understand. So beginning of the day, we had the price hit a new low. It actually came up and just touched the 76.45 minutes. So earlier today, this 5-minute Fibonacci, the 76.4 was right there. And then as the price came and reached new lows, obviously that has now reduced. You're also going to notice that you'll see in the background here, I mean, we had these breakout markers left behind also from the beginning of the session. So beginning of the session, again, we had, markers all over the place. I think we had one there. I know for 100% certainty we had one over here, and we might have had another one also somewhere over here, if I remember correctly. Okay, now if you do historically want to see where those breakout markers are left behind, you can do something in the indicator. So many of you might not know this, but if you just look at the chart, you'll see I've got a little pink line there. You see that little pink line? Okay, so that line, and if I scroll back on the chart, we'll be able to historically see. So there's this pink line. That's the center line price for one of those breakout markers. So if you scroll back, that is where the marker was historically. So if you ever want to know where a marker was left historically, you can do that to the indicator, which I'm going to show you in a moment. And you can see, okay, well, that is exactly where that indicator plotted at that exact time. And, you know, and you can actually see what happens with it. So you'll see how, you know, the price came down, it formed that breakout marker, went up, came down, retested it, you know, all these things. So, and they're historically too. So it's going to show you historically where this breakout marker is. And as you can see, they are goddamn reliable and amazing. Okay, so how do you see that little pink line? I mean, you don't have to go look back at it, you know, if you're trading in real time. I mean, they're just everywhere. Look at this. I mean, they just, it's incredible. So all you have to do is go into the indicator settings, and at the very bottom of the indicator settings, I've got a slight lag on my platform today. I don't know why, but if you go to the bottom of your breakout volume settings, you will see at the bottom, it's got these plots. So I've just activated the center line plot price. Okay, that's all I've done over there. They're transparent by default. Okay, so you can obviously go in and you can adjust the color of it. You know, if you want to go save a specific template, so you know, like we've done with the breakout volume seconds, we've actually chosen, you know, all the colors to be the same, like, you know, cyan, 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 and then you can make this also cyan. So you can actually do that if you really want to. I mean, it doesn't help you for real-time trading because all you care about at the end is, you know, at the far right of the chart. But historically, it's going to show you where that breakout marker was left behind if you use that. So I think that's pretty cool and nice for you guys to know that it does exist if you do want to see that. Okay, so let's have a look at our signal charts. You know, we had the price come down again after that breakout marker was left behind. It came back to the 1 hour 76.4. Again, this has moved on a bit because the price has reached new low, but it literally just bounced around there and then bounced right off. Markers left behind. It was incredible. Okay, look at some of our other charts. I mean, this is the take it and run template. I mean, there's only one way that price was going from the beginning of the you know, there's the beginning of the session. You know, beginning of the session, you would have had breakout markers all over the place, coming back, failing to break through that band over there, and then breaking down, coming and retesting the jawline. Incredible opportunities to enter positions. But you guys know that with all these different signal charts. So, you know, just look through these charts. They give you some really good, there's this, I like this one too, because it gives you a retracement level. Now, 200 retracement might not be the right value for this. So what this basically does is it's going to color the bars based on the retracement level that you've selected. So I've got 200 there. So as soon as the price retraces 200 ticks from its last low, it's going to change the coloring of the bars. So you can see there, 200 ticks might be a little bit off. So if you want to go into the indicator settings and you say, okay, well, you know, especially if you're trading other instruments, you can say, you know, well, I want to go, I want a smaller value there. I'm scalping. I just want to scalp the market. I'm going to go for 100 and just use that. And then you can enter positions. You can look historically and say, okay, well, if I look at all the historical positions, this retracement level seems to be more in tune with the current heartbeat of the market. So it's a good thing to do is to load a retracement level like we've done, and it might not even be 100. I mean, you can even optimize this value by going to the advanced retracement value. I mean, retracement strategy, because that's a strategy that actually trades these things. I mean, you can literally go and have this completely automated for you if you want, optimizing, and it will enter on these arrows. So every single time there's an arrow painted over there, if you've got the strategy running, it's going to enter on those exact arrows. So you can optimize to find out what the latest, you know, heartbeat of the market is with regards to retracement levels, and then that will give you that. But you can even just use this for scalping. So as an example, if you chose 100 as your last level and historically it seems to be decent, then okay, well, you can have one of these charts open and say, okay, well, when the bars are red, I'm only going to look for short opportunities on one of my other signal charts, or on a trending baseline or a flat baseline. Any of your trading charts, you can decide to only go in a certain direction based on that. And it's the same with automated strategies. If you are trading an automated strategy and you only want to, especially like the Medina wick trader, you can literally say, well, I'm only going to go short positions, or I'm only going to go long positions. You can use the buttons on the chart. So that is pretty cool. There's some of our other signal charts. This one, I'm not too mad about. I'm not too mad about the different moving averages, but you know what? People love them. A lot of people are looking at them, and you'll be surprised. You wouldn't be surprised, but I would say probably 70-80% of all indicators are built off moving averages. That's what they've done. So a lot of them are plotting and painting and whatever according to moving averages. Now, a lot of mine don't, because I'm go more in depth than that. But people are looking at these moving averages, so look at them too. I've just got a momentum bars indicator. It's not the right setting. As you can see, they're all green. It's not the right setting. That can be changed. So these signal charts are, I've put a whole selection of them together, where I've just added a couple of indicators to each of them to give you a good indication of what you can look for. And then, if that momentum bars level doesn't look right, you can change this to maybe like a 250, and then just see what, so then you can see historically, you just have to look historically. Okay, so the price is broken through, coming retest, broken up, broken down, up. You can basically judge more or less what is likely to happen, based on historical performance and the synchronization of the market. So adjust the properties of this. This is, one of the templates I've just added the trend analysis on. So the trend analysis indicator we discussed in great detail last week. Okay, and what I've done to this indicator is I have added, if I bring this up, I've actually added audible alert. So you're going to have, if you select this, if you select the sound, you're able to actually have the sound alert go off when there's an uptrend and sound alert when there's a downtrend. And then you can choose whatever sound alert that you want. So some people have created their own sound alerts. There's different software you can use. I need to just, I don't feel like doing this, but it's a bit of a waste of my time. But there's software that you can use, and you can sit there for a few hours and you can put in all different words, and it'll be like an automated, it's like a voice that just, talks back. Like, I created that one there saying freaking CL divergence, so I did create this a while back. Okay. So if I play that, I think you may have heard that. I'm not sure, but you can basically create very specific sound alerts, and you might even say TANQ or TACL, whatever instrument that you are trading, and you can select that. So the good thing about having these sound alerts active is you can have multiple charts open, and as soon as that bar presents, or that line draws, it's going to actually alert you. And you can also have it on each tick. So this indicator, it's set up as default on bar close, but if you set it up on each tick, it's actually going to give you the audible alert even before the line is visibly drawn on the chart. So it's pretty cool. That's what that is going to do. Okay, so you can set that up. It'll alert you once, hopefully only once. I think it's only once. because there's only one line, so it should only be once. And then, you know, go from there. So then you can switch to that chart. Maybe I can even down the line create a pop-up box if people don't like music, sound alerts. But, you know, that's pretty cool to have, you know, these to be alerted when these lines appear, especially if you're looking at multiple charts and you don't want to be looking at one specific chart at a time. You know, that's what you can do. Okay, where were we? Next one, another indicator. So, you know, look at these tools, especially the new guys getting set up. You know, this is the trend analysis just with the coloring of the bars and the lines. So pretty awesome. Okay, so I covered the one update, which was the, you know, the addition of the audible alerts. Let's quickly have a look at what you guys are doing in the Discord. Now, if anybody wants to chat during the call, you can talk. You can chat on the YouTube thing, but you can also go to the group calls over here. So while we're in a group call, you can pop messages here if you want. Okay, so then I can see it in real time. There's no delay of 30 seconds. Okay, so let's have a look. Group results. So last week, you know, I was very happy that you guys popped in your results from the week. So thanks for doing that. Where were we? So I popped in some of my results from last week, some of the templates that were shared. And we've had the signal chart. So like I was trading, what was I trading here? Baseline wick trader. No, that wasn't it. Combined. Oh, okay. So what I was doing last week is I was looking at this chart. And I was starting and pausing the strategy based on what I was seeing on that chart and then entering trades. So, you know, I traded this for a couple of hours and, you know, I ended up actually trading a nice wick over there down, and I think it was like almost $1,000 just in a short period of time trading that wick going down, you know, using that signal chart. So that was pretty cool. And, you know, there's been some more sharing over here, which is great. So thanks for that. Oh, hell, what did I do? You know, this is Ali. He actually just put on the Medina wick trader. So, and baseline wick trader. So it's really cool that you guys are sharing your results in there. You know, some really powerful results coming through there, even though they are in sim. You know, obviously some of you are still getting used to how the strategy works, but just remember, guys, with the strategy, it's not a set and forget approach. Okay, so even though you can have extremely good results in a short period of time, you know, if you can manage it, it'll be even better, because then you're able to, you know, choose when the strategy is entering. And, you know, this was pretty good because it went up only a bit and then came back down. Those targets were hit. So, you know, even if you have broken baselines like that, you can still have your profit targets hit. But it's a much better idea to manage it by starting and pausing it. Okay, so again, I was trading this. What was I doing here? Okay, I was trading this on my live account. So basically just trading, you know, the Medina wick trader. As you can see on this chart, I had a trending baseline with another baseline with a 10-10 bar included. So that's a pretty awesome setup. I've got into detail on that before on how to do that. So, you know, very cool to have even a secondary data series built in the trending baseline. Actually, I want to show you guys that again because that was pretty awesome. So there we go. We've had awesome results shared. So thank you very much for that. And then for the week ahead, we've got some nice templates shared here by Chris in here. There's also some good results shared there. Thank you very much. We've got templates shared for this week ahead. So, you know, it's really awesome that you're providing the screenshots, which is so cool. You know, provide screenshots of your optimizations and then, you know, historical results so people can check them out, your chart as well. and then the template. So that's the cool thing about this is you can look at the historical results of the template and then download the template and apply it to your charts. So very informative in that. And some of these are looking absolutely incredible. I mean, I love this one. Every single day historically with those specific settings, it was successful. So that's pretty awesome. But definitely look at that, load up those templates and go from there. Okay, I want to bring up, let me just close this workspace. Do I want to save it now? Okay, so here I've got a chart and there I've got a chart. Let me just deactivate one of these. So I want to show you guys quickly how I was working with this last night before I cover the next update. Wrong button. Okay, so this is pretty cool. I love doing this. I mean, this was my favorite approach to scalping the market in the past. We're just sitting there scalping, and I just revisited it last week. So if you've got like a 200 trending baseline chart, okay, so we're just going to load 2 days like that. We don't need break at end of day on this chart. Okay, so that's a trending baseline chart. Okay, so the price is trending up and down like it does. Now, the other thing we can do is go back to our data series and load up another NQ 0324. Okay, now on this one over here, we're going to select a 10 and a 10. And we're going to do the same thing over here, just 2 days with no break at end of day. And then we're going to scroll down and we're going to go to panel. So panel determines where the chart goes. So if I choose panel 1, you will see that it's going to create a different panel. Oh, hang on. If I choose new panel, it's going to create a different panel for that price compared to the trending baseline, which is not bad. I mean, but it's not going to be as clear as what we wanted to see. So on the second one, we actually want to make it as panel 1. Okay, so as you can see, that is the wick, and this is what price is doing, while the price is on the wick. So as you can see at the moment, we're currently on a wick. And that's where price is currently on this wick. So it's either going to go up and break to the new baseline or come down and revisit the baseline. Now, obviously, it's difficult to see where the baseline is, right? So we can go to our indicator list and we can pop on the trending baseline indicator. So if we go to DTB, I mean, if you want to load an indicator and you don't see DTB in front of it, you're just wasting your time, okay? All right, so DTB Medina Wick Trader, trending baseline, you want to add the 200 plus the 2, so you're going to go 202, and you want to make sure that you're loading that to the input series of that specific one, okay? So you're going to go like this, apply, and okay. Now, there we go. So the yellow line is where the baseline is. And that's how far the price has gone up the baseline so far. So it's currently gone up 38% of the wick. That's how far the price has gone. So if the price has to touch this red line, then it'll be a new baseline going the opposite direction. Okay, so that's how you're able to see where price is. And obviously it'll only show on the last bar of the chart. But when you got something like this, and there's two things you can do. If you can have this indicator. If you don't want to have the lines on the chart with the percentages, you can even just load a more simple indicator. And I'm talking about just for scalping here. You can load up another indicator called, where are we? DTB tick distance counter. Okay, so that's another one that you can pop on. Again, make sure it's on the same input series. There we go, 82. So this tells you how many ticks the price is from the baseline. So it's currently 80, 82, 83 ticks, and it's going to update every tick, obviously. So you can make, when you've got your, if you're entering positions, you can enter positions and then you can set your targets and your stops, but I mean, the very simple thing about this whole system and these bar types is that there's only the price can only do one of two things. The price is either going to go and form a new baseline over here, or the price is going to return to this baseline. I mean, that there's nothing else the price can do. It can't magically just, do anything else. Whereas, a lot of other charts like the 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, range, volume, whatever the hell you want to look at, it's not as clear as where the price is likely to go. Because, this is the reality of it. It's either going to do one of two things. Just give me 1 sec. Drinking my coffee. I should host one of these calls with a bottle of whiskey. I think that'll be more exciting, right? Okay, so I love this. Okay, so it's telling you how many ticks are there. So let's go one step further and go into our next update. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to just remove this indicator. Okay, I'm going to remove both of them actually, because I'm going to add the strategy to the chart now, you see. So I'm going to go and clear out these and go to the strategy. So this is the other strategy, or this is the strategy that I made updates to this week, the Medina Wick Trader. So the Medina Wick Trader has got, or had got, it did already have a shadow trading signal chart built in. Okay, so if you guys remember signal chart combo 4 shadow, it's got the, you can use the shadow indicator on minute bars and with those settings. So what I've added in now is I've added the trend analysis. So the same thing over here is you can use this trend analysis and use it on 5-minute bars. You can even choose what minute bars you want to have it on. And you can even have it on the DTB bars. So you can specifically select how, which bars are on. So let's just do this. Let's just do it with the bars that we've got currently loaded on the chart. So we currently have a 10-10 bar. So I'm going to activate the trend analysis with a 10-10 bar. Okay, I'm going to leave the shadow trading off just for this example. And I'm going to activate the strategy. I'm just going to activate it on the sim like this. Okay. So as you can see, I've got a bear chart and I've got the strategy. Now, the reason why I took away that indicator that tells us how far the price was from the baseline is because the strategy has a built-in value there. So that's telling you the price is currently 88 ticks away from the baseline. So I'm just trying to make it clear and simple for you. Now, if you wanted to, I don't always recommend this for the chart that you are trading on, but for this example, I'm going to show it. You can go into your indicators and you can load your trend analysis indicator. So let's go to DTB trend analysis. Okay, and we are going to add this one to the, okay, just a bit of a lag here. We're going to add this to the 10-10 bar because that's the one we got selected in the strategy, right? 10-10 bar, and we are going to apply and okay this. So there we go. So this trend analysis is now going to draw on that 10-10 bar. If you want to, you can go into the indicator settings and you can load up a template for that specific one. So remember we created some templates last week. So if I go template, load, I created one with the bar coloring. Load, apply, and okay. You can put, again, I said you can put your audible alerts. So that's going to color the bars. Now, if we look at this historically, you see this wick over here, this wick on the right. This wick, just like the current one, is like this. That's, oh shit, too far. this wick was the price action between where the price left the baseline until it returned to the baseline. So as you can see, the price went up, white, white, white. We had some blue, we had some white. There we had blue. So when you are seeing blue like that, you can start the strategy for it to actually trade down. Sorry, mistake, reverse. Okay, so when you see the blue bars starting to form, the strategy will only take short positions. So it's only going to act in the direction of the last volume, of the last trend analysis line. Okay, so that is what this filter is going to do. So as an example, right now, these bars are all white. The last trend analysis bar is white. So the strategy is not going to trade. It's not going to trade back towards the baseline until a blue trend analysis line paints. One of these lines comes across, and then it will start trading back in the direction of the baseline. So that's what that filter is. Now, I still don't believe it is a set and forget filter to run. I haven't done extensive testing on this because I only really finished this last night, my time. But I still don't believe it's a 100% set and forget approach where you just, let the strategy run based on that. But I do think it's just going to filter out more of your trades. So like as an example, while the price is going up like this, you don't want to be taking short trades, right? Because you'll be like, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, you could be 70, 80 ticks in minus. So you don't actually want to be taking short trades. So this is just going to filter out when the strategy starts entering positions. Okay, so that is what that is going to do. So just watch out for that. Okay, so you can, however, go and duplicate. Hang on, how do I do this again? You can go and duplicate this in a new tab if you wanted to, okay, and only have the, only have the trend analysis on there. You can even choose to have a different bar size. You might even say, okay, well, I'm going to rather go with I don't know, if you trade in the US session, maybe you want to go for a larger bar size like that. And then that is going to give you, the longer term trend analysis. Now, remember too, this is a lagging indicator. Okay, so it is a bit of a lagging indicator. So what that means is that this line is only going to form when the color of the bars change. Okay, so like this was a blue line that painted there. The bar it only painted up. It only painted when the bars turned white. So it's not going to paint exactly when it touches that line, right? Because it's detecting a trend change. A trend change can only be detected after it happens. I mean, that's pretty obvious. So don't think that the second that this paints, you're going to enter a trade. It's not like the volume breakout market. The volume breakout markets are telling you exactly the point. I mean, if you look at we looked at it earlier. Okay, so and again, you can go and change this to any minute. So if you want to say 5 minutes, okay, so same thing with this. You can go, okay, well, I don't want the strategy. I want the strategy to instead be on a 10-10. I'm going to put this on a 5 minute bar. I don't know how this is going to look, but let's have a look. So what happens now is every single 5 minute bar is going to be plotting until the price returns to the baseline. So you can see how, the price has gone up there, the baseline there, the price went up. Okay. And then the indicator is going to do the exact same thing. Okay. The indicator is going to do the exact same thing. It's going to color the bars based on the 5 minute. Okay. But because we've changed that to a 5 minute now, we need to go into our strategy and adjust this setting unfortunately, at this stage, we have to do what everybody else has to do. At this stage, we've got to deactivate the strategy, go into the setting for the trend analysis and select the box to say use minute bars for trend analysis. And then you can, there I put 5 minutes. So now the strategy will act on the 5-minute trend analysis changes, and it will only activate when the bars are blue. Okay, so blue going down. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of time here where the bars are blue. So it's going to be activating to sell. It's even over here, it could be selling, but then the baseline went and broke. You see, so it's not like, there was white. It would have activated over here the white is up, the blue is down. So maybe a 5-minute is not the best for this. Okay, but again, you can also go onto this chart and you could still use it. So I mean, it doesn't look the greatest, to be honest with you. Maybe even like a 1 minute might be better. So instead of having a 5-minute, you can put like a 1 minute in there. Again, you can just go onto any of your charts like this, select which value you want to look at, like maybe that one. It doesn't look the greatest either, but whatever you adjust it to, you got to go into your strategy and actually change the setting in there as well. So just like we did for the indicator, we actually have to go into the strategy settings and disable the strategy, apply and OK, and then change the trend analysis to a 1-minute bar. Okay, so now this is built into the strategy. So whatever you select there, it's going to respect those values. So like that's the 1 minute, and I'll be waiting for a blue. Now look, there's a chance that this blue line is going to, this zone is going to come across and draw. Okay, but it hasn't drawn yet. So as an example, if I start the strategy now, the strategy is only going to start entering positions when these bars start turning blue and respecting whatever retracement we have. So you can have your retracement right down over here. You can even activate the space out trades if you want to space out your positions, or you can deactivate the space out trades. You've got that there. If you want to use the signal chart combo 4, which is the shadow trading, so if I duplicate this in a new tab and I go to my indicator settings and I go, actually I don't need to do that. Actually, I kind of do. Let me just do this. I'll remove this, apply OK, and I'm going to go to my template, load signal chart combo 4. Okay, this is the one that's built into that Medina Wig Trader strategy. So same thing over here. It's going to enter long positions when the bars are cyan. It's going to exit long positions when the white line forms, and it's going to enter short positions when the bars are magenta. Going to enter short positions when the bars are magenta, and then exit them when the bars are lighted up with the white lines. Again, this is the template that's in here. So if you go and press this now, so if I go into the strategy settings, this is a little bit more in depth. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to. Oh, come on. I just want to disable this quickly. Oh, just check. I don't need to disable anything. So I'm looking for the shadow trading filter, which is built in here. Okay. So the shadow trading filter is a 2020. You see, it's not ticked at the moment. So if I click on this button, it's going to activate the signal chart. So if I go into the data series, I'm just trying to match up exactly what is in the strategy settings. Again, this is something that you could select. Now this one does have break at end of day on. Okay. Okay, so this is like a 2020. So this is the indicator that is built into this. So if you click on this button, over here, it's going to activate that signal chart. Now, if you look at the top of the signal chart, it says there, signal chart 20 bars, plus 10 for exit, 5 and 2. So it's got the details of that signal chart in there. You see, so we've selected the signal chart. If you go into the strategy settings, you will see that that box is now ticked. The strategy box for the shadow, there's the shadow trading. You see the shadow trading box is ticked. The minute box is not ticked because we're using the 20 bars. And then there's the settings that we have specifically selected. Now those same settings obviously are going to be the ones over here. So whatever we set on our shadow trading indicator, these are just the default settings, but which just happen to be the default settings for the Medina Wick Trader 2. But whatever settings you put in there are going to be respected by the strategy. So right now, the strategy is going to act on, it's only going to enter short when these bars go blue, and it's only going to enter short when the shadow trading indicator is also in the right area. So these bars have to start turning magenta. So when these bars are magenta and there's a blue line over there, then this strategy is only going to trade short, and it's going to wait. It's going to trade short until that condition is basically not valid anymore. Now, what I was trying, and I spent probably about 12 hours doing this, which was a crazy amount of time. I was trying to program in this button here to switch between the signal chart, the shadow trading, the trend analysis, then back to nothing or only trend analysis, only shadow trading, but based on the amount of times clicking this button. But unfortunately, see, as you can see, if you click it on, it deactivates. I said it went off, and if you click it on, it's going to deactivate. But I can't figure out a way at this very moment to be able to activate the trend analysis by the button click like I've been able to do with the shadow trading. If I add another button, okay, which I don't really want to do, I can add another button that is just for trend analysis, and then it will work exactly the same as the shadow trading. You know, so that is what can happen. Now, just a quick refresher, you've also got the filter for the smoothing average. Okay, so when that is green, the smoothing average is in effect. Now, if the smoothing average, God, this is, I can understand why guys find this a little bit complicated, but it's a damn awesome strategy. You know, the guys who master this, you know, they can write their own paychecks. This smoothing average filter is on the data series that the chart is loaded on. So because we're trading, we got the strategy loaded on a 200 chart. The smoothing average itself is only on the 200. Now, I can make it more complicated by making this filter also work on an inbuilt data series like I've done with the shadow and the trend analysis. You know, that's possibly what I can do. But I don't particularly want to do that at this stage unless somebody can really show me that it will be beneficial. But basically what we can do is we can add the smoothing average. It's the default settings that are programmed in there. So if you click on this filter now for smoothing average, the strategy is only going to enter short positions when you have red dots. And it's only going to enter long positions when you have, when you have green dots. So that's how this is gonna work. So like there. So like when you see these green dots like this, the strategy is only gonna enter, you know, long position. So this is the different filters that you can have access to on the strategy. So, you know, there's a few. There is a bit here. So if you want to have all three filters selected, it's really going to be selective of where the strategy trades. And then you can have specific bar sizes for those individual built-in filters. So some will find this very restrictive, to trade, with this. I am trying to get to the stage of it only entering trades when the highest probability of them being successful is, but we're not quite there yet. Okay, we're not quite there yet. Even though all these filters are selected, it's not a set and forget strategy at this stage. Personally, I like to just start and pause the strategy when I think it's a good idea to start trading by looking at some of the other signal charts, especially show me the money. But there is going to be a stage where you're going to be able to click on this button and it's going to filter between show me the money signal chart or take it and run, take it and run signal chart. Like all those different signal charts that we've got. Okay, my goal is to be able to use these. If I go and load one over here, so say for example, show me the money. Let's use take it and run because that's probably the best one. So there is going to be a stage in the near future where you're going to be able to cycle through the filters on the strategy and you click the button until it says take it and run signal chart, and then the strategy will only act on what is happening on this chart over here. So it'll only enter short when you've got the smoothing average red, and when the price is below the jaws, or when it touches the jaws and then breaks below. So that'll all be points for when the strategy starts and pauses itself. So that is the ultimate goal with this, is to have really, really amazing signal charts, which I've asked you guys to work on and which some of you guys have. So a lot of you guys have put together indicator combinations like this one as an example. And I think this is an amazing combination for the strategy. Now, Paul, who made this template, is already using this template, looking at this chart, and then deciding when to start and pause the strategy based on what he is seeing on this. So he's like, I'll show you what he does very quickly. So he's only using like a trending baseline like this. He's not using the smoothing average indicator. Okay. He's not using that filter. He's not using that filter. So he's basically pausing his strategy like this. He's pausing his strategy. He's got this chart on another screen, and then he's deciding, okay, well, this is where the price is right now. A breakout marker was left behind. The price has broke through the jaws. Okay, now I'm going to start the strategy. So that's how he is basically using it. But ultimately, I want to program in that signal chart. So you can flick to that signal chart and it will act on that specific signal chart. So, I mean, some really awesome, amazing things on the horizon, but I have to crack the code of how to program this into one button. Now, I don't think I've done all the research and nobody else has been able to do this. But then, like a lot of the things that I have, it is breaking new ground. I mean, a lot of the features that I have, it is breaking new ground. So I'm going to break further ground and figure out how to combine the button clicks with the different signal charts. It's not the signal charts in the background. I mean, it's quite simple to add the signal charts, but it's getting the buttons to work with those signal charts and cycle between them. That's my issue that I'm having at the moment. Okay. So Imputed Righteous, grateful. I gave up on trading the free version, stopped out too many times. Good money management, entering when you're seeing what the price is doing, people are having amazing success with it. I mean, I have actually got some new customers who used that free version, did extremely well with it, and then switched over to the full DTB system because they were, they saw the extreme value in, what that was. So my words of wisdom is to stick with that, sit and really focus on what's happening on the chart. Look at the breakout markers. Look at where the momentum line is. I mean, anytime you load this chart, anytime you load it, you are going to see where those markers were left behind. So it's not like, I mean, they are left behind all the time. I mean, and like here is the free version. We're looking at the free version right now. Okay, this is exactly. Oh no, that's not the free version. Sorry, I've just got to take off. Let's load up the free version very quickly. Okay, it's similar. It's going to look similar. It's going to look similar to that. But let's load up the free indicators quickly. So I'm going to remove all of these. And I'm going to load those 2 free tools. Oh, should I need to load them manually? I can just load up the template. See? So template, load. See, you've got these templates. So you've actually got a base to work off. So you can load up a chart, load up the templates. And there's your signals. Okay. There are your signals. The price has moved 112 ticks up and 28 ticks down. The next one, the price moved 55 ticks down, 87 ticks up. Those markers were left behind on the tick that they happened. Here we have a little bit of this marker is an older marker that started over there, but even there, the price went up 145 ticks and went down 120 ticks. So it's a matter of seeing what price is doing around these breakout markers and then acting in the direction of the last arrow. If you want to make this as simple as possible, look at a breakout volume marker and only enter in the direction of the last arrow. So like this one over here, okay, this marker over here, this got left behind as the price was coming down. Okay, so you're not going to trade that one, even though you're not going to go long on that one because you had the price not even go up after that. It came down, came down, came down. These ones over here is the first time a marker was left behind. Okay, the price did bounce a little bit below. But, you know, this is the type of thing where you're looking at a combination of things on the chart. You're looking at the markers left behind. And it's a good idea to use the bottom of an arrow as a stop. Now, obviously, you know, I hate doing this because it's very easy to show this in hindsight. But entering like that, seeing a breakout marker left behind, okay, here's a breakout marker left behind. There the price went up. It touched a previous breakout marker. That's resistance. Came back down again. Failed to come back down. Now we're starting to see green bars. Okay, now we know the buyers are in control. The buyers are in control. Finally, it broke through. Okay, bam. Now you're entering your long position because now you got confirmation of divergence because you got your momentum line facing right up. Remember, that's in real time what you're looking at. Okay, in real time, that's exactly what you are looking at. Momentum line facing up. It's facing up, 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 up. Price has broken through the, you know, it's formed these breakout markers. It's broken through. Green bars, you know, okay, buyers are in control. This is where you can enter a position. Now, unfortunately with this, you have a slightly larger stop because you're only really going to want to be out of a position, you know, when the price breaks through these breakout markers. So, but then, you know, if you're scalping, and you might even want to scalp even to the very next breakout marker because there's a good chance the price is going to reverse at the next breakout marker. So these little scalping trades that you can take, they're still decent for, you know, 2 or 3 bars of profit. Okay, now the strategy enter the position. Let's switch to that very quickly. Workspace. Was I here on 40? Yeah, I was, right? Okay, so okay, we just had a short trade. Okay, so that just means that the signal chart combo 4, which we had selected, okay, the signal chart combo 4, the bars painted cyan or magenta, sorry, and I'm going to quickly load that up because that's what we can look at. So just to see what you know, why that strategy entered the position. So if I go templates load, signal chart combo 4, shadow divergence, which is that built-in one. okay, you're going to see that you're going to have magenta bars. So that's why the strategy starting to enter positions, because the bar is magenta. Okay, so it's got to be magenta, but it's also got to retrace. So that is why the strategy is now in a position, because it's acting on those very specific things. Now remember, if you're in a position and you don't want any more positions, you can press the pause button, it'll go orange, and then no more positions will enter until that one is finished. Okay. And that's, as they say, all, folks. I hope that wasn't too much information thrown into your head. But, you know, if there's anything you guys want me to specifically cover on these calls, I'm more than happy to do so. You know, I know that when I do updates, there's a lot of information, but, you know, I don't have to do updates every week. Okay. Let's see. Did you make changes to the SI multi-fill? Oh shit. Yes. Sorry, man. There was one more thing. There was another update. Oh God. Okay. Let's quickly look at that. Okay. Back to camera off. 1 second. Lucky. See, you guys popped a message in the Discord. Awesome. Okay. So let me switch over quickly out of this again. Let me just bring this up. I want to just close this position because that's not going to help us. Okay. Okay, so let's have a look. Yeah, Bruce, you're probably going to struggle to sleep tonight with like all this stuff going through your head. But, you know, isn't it awesome to gather information? I mean, life is about growing and gathering information. Okay. And, you know, one of the, you know, and solving problems is fun. I mean, we're trying to find ways to trade the futures market to give us a bit of an edge. Now, yes, we are trading against some of the smartest minds in the world. We're trading against supercomputers. We're trading against banks with huge amounts of money. But, you know, we are able to still create ourselves our little niche edge where we can take out of the markets. And don't forget, you do have one of the great minds working on these tools, okay? So, you guys, you know, I am joking, right? You know, I am joking when I blow steam up my ass. Okay, I am joking. I'm not very smart, as you can probably hear, but you know, I'm trying my best. Okay, I'm trying my best to make the best tools available for you guys to use, because, you know, people need it. I mean, I need it. I can't look at a chart and make trading decisions. It's freaking hard, and it's made for you to screw up. It's literally, trading is made for you to lose. That's why 90+% of people will lose at it, because it's freaking hard. I mean, it's obvious that it's hard, you know? So we're trying to create a little bit of an edge here. If I can get the stupid chart to load, that'll be really awesome. Let's just load less days, I guess. Let's just go, oh, it's not too bad. 21, 14, okay. Just give us a second to load, and then we'll get this going again. And I'm also trying to deliver the information in a very straightforward, uncomplicated approach. So, you know, I've listened to a few of these webinars of people selling their crap, and even like calls where they are showing what the market is doing, and it's like the opening range, and we're going to discuss the all these major complicated terminology. It's like, who the fuck wants to listen to that shit? You know, you want to be trading in a nice, calm, quiet environment without some talking head coming up with big freaking names. You know, it's not the freaking media. And just have tools that are clear and concise that give you an edge. I mean, that's what we're trying to do, right? Why is this freaking thing taking so long? Okay, it is loading up a bit of data. It shouldn't be too long. Okay. I mean, I think it's an American thing. And not over anything against Americans, but they like to make things sound freaking complicated. I don't know why the hell it has to be so complicated. You know, that to sound so smart and intelligent. You know, I prefer to keep things very simple and clear. I mean, I want to. If you can't explain it to a 16-year-old, then you know you shouldn't be explaining it to anybody. That's what I believe. Okay. Come on, for sakes. This is bullshit, man. How can it take this long? I've got a freaking 1,000 megabytes per second upload, download. It's NinjaTrader. That's basically what the issue is here. You know, just stuffing around, not loading up. So let's just load up the last week. Is that going to help? I don't know. Okay. It should just go very quick. I don't understand why it's taking so long. Okay, let's try something else. Oh, God. Let's go like this. Let's load up a new chart. Let's close this freaking workspace. Maybe I've got a lot on the go. So let's just close a few things. Sorry, guys, if this is taking a bit longer. I guess you can come back to it. Or fast forward it if you're rewatching this. I'm going to just close some of this stuff. Okay. So, Okay, so I've just got an untitled workspace. I'm going to just close that. I'm going to go new chart. Okay. MNQ. And 2020, let's just go for the last, I don't know, 10 days. Is that going to be too much for you? Yeah, seems like it. 5 days? Okay, should we start with 0 days? Ah, great. Okay, well, that's not going to help with 0 days. We did a bit more than that. So let's expand on that. Unbelievable. How difficult is it to just have something load? I mean, really. Okay, there we go. So 5 days, just boop, blink of an eye, all of a sudden just works. You know, mysteries. Okay, so strategies. So what I've done is the SI multi-filter strategy, which is this one over here. I've put in a little tick box over here called increase percentage profitable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to activate the strategy without it selected. Okay, so let's just do that. Okay, I don't know what the results are, like whatever that is. And I'm going to duplicate this in a new tab. And I'm going to select that one. So I'm going to go to strategies, SI multi-filter. And this is just the default settings that the strategy had, I think. Okay, and then I'm going to go to increase percentage profitable and enable that. Did that help? Okay, maybe it didn't help. 82, 91. Oh, that's a big jump. Okay, camera off, hang on. Okay, so when you optimize this, okay, so this obviously hasn't been optimized. Now, if I look at the strategy performance of this, I know it's only the last few days on the default settings, but you are seeing a you are seeing like 79 trades, okay? And let me just bring this one up. Strategy performance, real-time and historical, 158. Okay, so looking at these two, there's a difference in the amount of trades that have been entered. Now that's just on these default settings, okay? Default settings. So, what the hell? That's not right. Okay, not the best example, but when you optimize this, you're going to see a difference, okay? When you optimize this is, like I said, this didn't work out in this case because we just loaded this. But generally what's going to happen is when you optimize the strategy, you are going to notice that the one with the increased percentage profitable, it's going to cut off trades where a signal changes. So what happens on the trading chart is you're going to have the trading signal happen. So if I go back to the strategy settings, and I did optimize this last week and I showed you guys in the chat. I might just switch to that. But yeah, well, it's a much better idea. I'll switch to the chat because that's where I actually showed this, effectively. Okay. But basically what's going to happen is on the one chart, you're going to have, when there's a change in signal, the strategy is going to switch or close that position a lot quicker. So I go back to this one and I go to the indicators. Like this isn't the best example of a chart, but it definitely makes a big difference when you're optimizing it. Very quickly, if I go to the strategy settings and pop on, all I'm doing is adding the indicator. So when you optimize the strategy, it's good to not use the indicator because it's just adding extra information to the chart. But when you activate the strategy, you can definitely go and adjust that. Okay. Not good results. Basically, if I look at some historical things over here, when both of the signals that make up the strategy show an opposite signal, it's going to exit the trades. Whereas a strategy like this, you're going to have much longer running positions. Okay, that wasn't even clear either. Guys, I'm just going to switch to the chat because I did this properly last week and when I was doing the updates. So if I go to the SI multi-filter, okay, this is where we're able to clearly see the differences, okay? So, okay, so as an example, this was the optimized results without the percentage profitable increased, and this one was with the percentage profitable increased. Now, if I switch to the actual summary, you'll see the difference. So, as an example, optimizing the strategy without using that setting to increase the percentage profitable, we had 106 trades, 46% profitable, 49 winners, 57 losers. Still a good return with a decent drawdown between that 14 January, 21 February. So that's through the optimizer. Okay, max consecutive winners 6, max consecutive losers 8. So that's what caused those results. Now, when I optimized using that specific feature, I had a lower return because remember it's cutting trades, it's cutting losers, but it's also cutting winners. Okay, based on that feature. So we had a lower return, a similar type of drawdown, but we had a much higher percentage profitable. So the trades were cut short quicker. So 85% profitable with 135 trades versus 46% profitable with 106 trades. So you could see the difference between those. And this one had 24 winners versus 4 consecutive losers. The other one had 6 and 8. So it had more consecutive winners because it was cutting the trades quicker. So that's basically how I can explain it, doing the optimization. So when you're doing optimizations on the strategy, it's also good to use a slightly smaller daily target because it is going to ultimately make a bit less because those trades are being cut more. They're not going to have as many long running positions. But I think overall, it's going to be a lot better with that percentage increase. So that is what it looks like. So I spent a couple of hours doing optimizations, or not a couple of hours, 15 minutes doing optimizations. And I basically optimized one with that setting and one without that setting, and those were the results. Okay, so take that and work with that. Okay, so that is the only difference. So when you're using the strategy analyzer, you just have to go and select that option in there. Okay, it's just a simple little option. When you're doing that, when you're optimizing that specific strategy, which is, come on, SI multi-filter, okay, you're just gonna tick that box and untick that box. Now you can run two optimizations, one with the box ticked and one with the box unticked on separate tabs if you want to, but just run them one at a time. I think that's the way to go. But that's basically what that's going to do. It's going to increase the percentage profitable of the positions, but it's also going to affect the major. You're not going to have very huge winning days or very huge losing days. It should help with that. Okay, cool. I hope that was clear as mud. And yeah, any more questions? Keep them to yourself. No, I'm just kidding. Any questions, you can just message me and I could cover on a future call or whatever. Okay, guys, that is it. Thank you very much and have a fabulous week. Game plan for the week ahead. I would like you guys to focus on the baseline wick trader this week. Okay, so do that, but also do some optimizations with the SI filter with the increased percentage profitable. I'm going to go back into my coding this week a bit and try to figure out that button. When I'm onto something, I will not ever freaking stop. I will only stop if it becomes, a shit fight, which often it can be. Then I stop working on a concept. But I believe I can make that button work and get these multiple signal charts built into the Medina Wick Trader, and Jesus, that'll be out of this world, incredibly amazing. Okay, guys, awesome. I shall chat to you later. Thank you.